What's up, good time crew? Today I'm going to show you guys how to install a Yamaha YZ125 and 250 seat for the 2022 and 23 models. They have this hole in the back where you can remove your plug, and we make a cover that goes perfectly inside of it. It's a little bit trickier than normal, so I'm going to show you how to do it. So the first thing we're going to do is line up the front of the seat cover, pull it tight, make sure all the material's pulled down and secure against the foam, and that the seams are lined up and centered on the seat. Pull that tight, we're going to flip the seat cover over, and we're going to shoot a couple of staples in to secure the front. I like to pull tight to the back because it has this Cordura piece that helps you install it, and it'll sit kind of nice before you even put any staples in. Just get it nice and straightened out. Looks good. Flip it over, shoot a couple staples in the back. Now that you have the front and the back lined up and stapled on, we're going to take the material provided here, and we're going to push it through the hole, flip it over to the underside. We're going to pull through to secure it to the bottom side of the seat. Once you get it all fed through there, pull one side, put one staple in there. So now that we have one staple there, we're going to pull the fabric through the side that's across the hole from that side and shoot one staple in there. Oops. Give yourself a nice amount of room to work with. All right. Now we'll do the other sides. Now that we've got the four main staples in, we'll pull the remainder of this fabric through. Hold it pretty tight. Careful not to hit your fingers. Staple in each corner. Now that you have all of that pulled through and stapled, we're going to flip the seat back over and finish getting the rest of it on. All right, now that we've got the underside of that hole installed, it will leave some wrinkles around it, but don't worry, we will work those out later. So now the seat cover should be nice and tight. If this seat looks a little bit different than yours, it's because this particular seat has a seat foam that's been shaved for freestyle. So it's going to be a little bit lower than the stock seat. Installation will still be very similar. You'll just have a little bit of extra material down at the bottom side after install. So now that we have the front, back, and underside of this back hole secured, we're going to line up the middle rib, get that centered on the seat, and work all the tension of the fabric to each side using your thumbs. You don't want to have any air pockets or bubbles if possible. So we're going to roll this fabric over. Keep the tension with your fingers while you grab your staple gun. Shoot one or two staples on each side of the seat cover. So the right side is good. Again, we're going to use our hands to roll out the extra fabric, making sure the seat cover stays even on each side and centered onto the seat. Use one hand to hold it and two staples on that side. So now we're lined up pretty nice and centered, and we're going to fill in this area and this area with the rest of the staples that we need. And now the front half is finished, time to move it on back to the back half. So you might still have a little bit of wrinkles back here, and that's just fine. We're going to start bringing the material from that center point where we started installing, bring it back evenly so your back of your seat cover stays centered just like the front is. So now we got the tension worked out, we're centered, roll it over. We've got a couple of staples going in here. Same thing on the other side. All right, as you finish up and get your way to the back of the seat cover, make sure any last wrinkles are pushed out. And we'll get these last few staples in. Now that the seat cover is fully stapled on, it's straight, it's tight, it's nice and secure. We're gonna trim the fabric off the underside, which again, this is a freestyle shaved seat, so this one will be a little bit lower than yours, and it'll probably have a little bit of extra material. So now we've trimmed up the sides, we'll trim up this back piece now, and you want to be careful when you're cutting it. One, not to cut yourself, but two, not to make any other slices in the seat cover that could harm it. So you want to work outside of the staple range always. Get close to the staples as possible, but not too close. And now that you've trimmed off that extra fabric, it's time to throw it on the bike and go rip. Have fun out there.